Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on the Drupal Studios channel. Today I'm going to be covering terrain in Unity. Terrain in Unity can be quite daunting and confusing at first, however, it is quite the opposite. So I've made myself a brand new open scene in Unity, and we're going to right click on the hierarchy, go to 3D object, find terrain, just click it, and as you can see a brand new terrain spawns. So what I'm going to do is just click on the terrain, go to the inspector. In the inspector we have 5 options under the terrain. We have the create neighbor planes, paint terrain, paint trees, paint details, and terrain settings. Let's go to the terrain settings and change the size of our terrain. So once in terrain settings, just scroll down until you find mesh resolution. On terrain width, just click the 1000, type in the width you want. I'm just going to do 50 for this example. I'm going to click enter to confirm that is what I want to do. 50, enter. As you can see, terrain has become much smaller. However, it's a checkered plane, which is not what we want. So to fix this, all we need to do is go over to the paint terrain. As you can see, paint texture should be the default one. If you click on it, you can choose many options. So we have to raise or lower terrain, which if we just click on that option, we can change the brush size and the strength, aka opacity, to change the height of our terrain, like this. As you can see, now our terrain has loads of random bumps in it, which is not what we want. Hold left click to create terrain, raise the terrain up, and hold shift to lower the terrain back to its original height. Now I'm going to go over to the paint texture. Currently we don't have a texture to paint onto our terrain. So to get a texture, I'm going to go over to edit terrain layers and click create layer. Now it's going to ask you to select a texture 2D. I currently don't have one. Let me just quickly import one. So as you can see, I have now just imported some grass textures. Link will be down in the description below if you want to download them for yourself. So we're going to click on the terrain once again, click create layer. Now we're going to search up grass. As you can see here, just going to double click on that. And as you can see, it is now all grass. If we click on it, we can import a normal map here. So I'm just going to drag my normal map on there to give it more of a, kind of 3D kind of look to it. It doesn't really look 3D, but you can change the scale of it. As you can see, that creates the 3D effect. I'm going to turn that down, however, because I don't think 17 is the right digit. Just a 2. There we go. So now it gives it more of a bump and 3D effect. If you want to paint another terrain texture on there, so just click edit terrain, click add layer, and we need another image. So let me just quickly import another one. I just quickly downloaded a rock texture and rock map. Once again, textures download link will be down in the description below. So if you just click add layer, and I search up, no, we need to create layer, my bad. So we go to edit terrain layers, create layer, we just search up rock, double click on rock, we can now click on that. And change the brush size. You can see we can now paint the rock texture onto the ground. So once you've got, you can just create as many layers, terrain layers as you want. But once you've got, the layers that you want, we can now raise the terrain. So you just want to click on this drop down. It says paint texture. We click raise or lower terrain. Just want to click that. You can see, let's select a new brush, just change the opacity down a little bit. As you can see, you can start terraforming the terrain. assets. So once you've like made or shaped your terrain like I have here, you can go back onto the paint texture option here, go to your secondary texture, and you can just paint away. But yeah, once you've painted it, we can now smooth the terrain, and then we could stamp the terrain, or we could place some trees. Now I do not have any models of trees in my scene here, so what I can do is I can go over to the asset store. If you don't have an option to go to that, just click window, go to asset store here, just click on it. So it's, it's been moved. Just click on search online and it will bring up the Unity asset store. When you found an asset, all you need to do is go to window, package manager, click on the packages in here, just click my assets, fetch assets, and you can see here they are all my assets that I have used. So I'm going to use this one, the Realistic Tree 9 Rainbow Tree, which there will be a link down in the description below. I'm going to click download. It's going to download it into my thing. I'm going to click import. I'm just going to click import again, and now it is in my scene. So now, as you can see, all of our trees have been imported into our scene. So we can just click on the terrain, go over here to paint trees. We can click edit tree, add tree. I can just drag that into the game object there. Click add, and just add all of our trees. Once you've added all of your trees, you can now click on them and just click brush size. You can change the brush size to place your trees. Tree height random. I'm going to adjust this to make it a bit smaller, not too small however. Alright, so we can turn up the tree density to increase the amount of trees that are being used. If I turn it down to like 85, let's say, let's turn it back up to 90. There we go. Now we can select and place quite a few trees. In terms of the mountain, it's a pretty small mountain, I guess, because trees are pretty big. But now that we've painted the trees, we can paint some grass, let's say. So I'm going to import a grass picture. So what we'll do is either make one yourself or download one from the asset store. I'm just going to download one. Alright, so I have imported a grass texture here. The link will be down in the description below if you want to download it for yourself. This is grass texture. All you need to do is click on the terrain, go to the paint details section here, edit details, add grass texture, drag the texture in, adjust some settings, you can add, and now we should be able to paint our grass. As you can see, if it paints quite a lot of grass, like this is a lot of grass, what you need to do is just change the target strength. So just change the target strength. No, it isn't. Just paint the grass like so, but it's still quite big, so just edit. So if you want to edit it, just click edit details, click edit. That works. So you just have to click minimally. Minimally, is that a word? I don't know. You just have to click to place the grass. Try not to place too much. Now I've placed all of the grass. Our terrain is coming along quite nicely. Obviously some places I've accidentally placed a bit too much grass, but that is alright. If you want to remove the grass, just hold down shift and click, and as you can see, it'll slowly remove the grass. Now I've got grass. As you can see, if we move further back, however, the grass disappears. The render distance is, hiding the grass once we go a certain distance away from it. To change that, just want to go over back to Terrain Settings, and we want to go to Detail Distance. We should be able to see the things moving. As you can see, we can see the grass moving in terms of the wind. The wind is blowing them. However, if we get a little bit closer, you can see it is quite strong on the grass, and that isn't the best look. So to change it, just go to Terrain, go to Terrain Settings, make sure you're not in play mode. I'm just doing this for visual explanation, and just go to Wind Settings for grass. We can slow it down. That's pausing it completely. There we go, size, slow it down, bending. Let's keep it quite hard, but as you can see, it doesn't move as much now. Now, in terms of the neighbouring terrains, this just allows it so you can evenly increase the size of your terrain. So if we click Create Neighbouring Terrains, it says Create Neighbouring Terrains. Click the edges to create neighbouring terrains. So as you can see, click here, we click there, it creates a new space, and we can just keep clicking to expand our terrain as far as we want. And good news, we can just click, textures, we can add a layer, click on this new layer here, and we can just paint everywhere to create the texture that we want. Same with the trees, we'd have to add a tree and select our tree prefabs here. Same with our grass texture. However, if you guys did enjoy this tutorial and you did find it helpful, please do leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.